guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the Rise of Cornoe, and we're doing some good stuff over here with regards to our construction industry. But first things first, let's quickly sort this out. This thing is absolutely jam-packed. I'm going to pause it for a second while we quickly do that. So what do we need in this area? We definitely need a couple of heavy vehicle. This is just a distribution office, right? So, hang on, let's see. We need a couple of these dumpers, right? Show, waste truck, the big boys. That's as quick as possible. Let's get speed up there. But we don't want the small guys. We want the big guys. So, really, we've got 80 there and 62 there. And nothing else that's going to give us any reasonable level of service. So, we're going to have to grab these guys. So let's give them a nice yellowy color as our transfer guys. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with 4. Got the money at the moment, so let's do that. Now, what we want to do is we want to say, pick up all of whatever you've got in there and take it to there. That is what we're basically doing. And what this means is we will easily be able to transfer it to some other places. So what I want to see is, are these guys keeping pace with the demand? Okay, so let's start the journey. They should be moving it straight away. Okay, so get that moving. They should immediately allow these guys to get back and bring in some stuff, which we, of course, will be in trouble if we don't move this any quicker. Yep. Technical service is not doing their thing here. So we've got the 4 moving out there. We could obviously maybe get a couple more in there, I think. Let's do 2 more. Waste truck. 2 of these guys. Let's get 2 more of them. Just run a little bit quicker to go and do the transfer. So obviously what we can do here is we can start pulling some stuff out into different stuff, but we don't really have any kind of reasonable splits on these things, right? So as we start to improve that situation, we can get it done. Got vehicles immediately coming to drop off over here. Yeah, this transfer station works actually quite well. Do we have any additional ones inbound? I guess we do. Okay, well, let's see. We'll keep it going. Actually, I'm going to buy 2 more. I think 8 should do the trick. We should be able to sort it out with 8. So let's get an extra 2 in there. And then our first guy should almost be back, right? I'm looking for the yellow guys. So I guess they're still not quite here yet, but I think we will kind of sort this out. I just want to make sure that we're reasonably keeping pace with this. And if we go back over here, it's still absolutely jam-packed. That's kind of reasonable. But yeah, this fills up really quickly. It's filling up from both sides. This guy is not filling up from that side, even though it can. Oh, this isn't working. It's only that guy working. Wow. So the plan here is we're going to try and get these guys to work a little bit quicker and more effectively. So can I look at that? That is not exactly where I would like this to be. If we said F4, so no snapping, can we potentially squeeze by here? I guess not really. It's going to look very awkward if we do that. So what we might do, let's switch on this. Okay. So what I thought we might do is we might run this guy straight over there. And then we're going to turn it in. Hug the mountain ranges over here. And then where would we tie it in over here? I mean, we didn't really want to run it through there. I guess would have loved to just tie it in straight through here, but I guess it's could maybe squeeze it in there. we're really tight on stuff here. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just not going to work. We could do it over here, which will result in a lot of funny business, for instance. I guess we could just as well do this, right? We could squeeze it in like that and kind of get a bit of a streamlined edge going here. So what I'll do is I'll do two things there and there. So if we did that, can we... Yep, I think that's about right. That's a much better kind of view of it. So let's assign that for construction so we get these guys to access this area even quicker. So let's quickly assign our road construction crews here. Actually, what we want to do is make sure that we're doing that. And so this whole entire thing, we want to assign, yeah, in one go. That's fine. So we're just getting basically putting a shortcut in place over here, because at the moment it's a bit of a long distance maneuver. It's not going to be ideal. What we can always bring in another road connection in through here to try and streamline things in this general area. How is this doing? We are not yet ahead of the game. Over here, are we ahead? Wow. We're really moving a lot of waste stuff. I should have, really shouldn't have got that as much. But what I can obviously do is let's just get some more of these vehicles. I'm not opposed to just making sure that we've got ourselves a proper set of vehicles running the show here. Yeah, the idea is really that we want to be clearing these things out very, very quickly. We need to be able to move this through super quickly. Super quickly is the idea. Okay, that should work. Even if we get the guys to come back in this way, they can still go out that way. But anyway, that doesn't matter too much. Where is this fire at? Oh, okay. It's just that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. We've got the big guns on the way here. They're pretty quick, and they should get there. Wow, it's an interesting path that is taking. Anyway, they should be able to sort this out really quickly. Okay, good stuff. Let's have a quick little look around what's going on over here. This is, I think, did we have issues here? I thought we had some issues here. Something here was inaccessible. Kindergartens. I think what we did, we had some issues with pathing. Yeah, and then we fixed it over here. So now everybody can have access to this stuff. Even though we not full on workers, we should be full on, giving everybody what they need. And we should have tons of workers ready to go in this area to continue working the mines and the coal processing area. So I think that's going to be it for the time being in this area. Got an orphanage over here that doesn't have anything coming into it, so that's not great. So let's quickly just make sure we are serving the orphanage as well. So please serve the orphanage by giving them the kind of necessary goods, please, guys. That's super important. Missing supplies is just not on. Lots and lots of people here, to be honest. And hopefully that mix should just be fine. What's going on over here? Look at the happiness ratio now. Look at that government loyalty. The radio station makes a massive difference. Okay. Now, with these things in the way, let's quickly have a look. We were looking at our power. So I guess this is bringing in power. This is transferring power. And then this guy, we go underground. Ooh, hang on. Let's just see. I think actually, so we've got, so these two, so if we run say from here 2 power lines. Yeah, that will work actually. But the question, yeah, anyway, let's just do that. I'll get it built. So the idea for me is I'm going to run. So we want to run one from here. All the way along the rail. Maybe I'll trim that one back so we get ourselves going a little bit better. We will need to clear this guy, so we'll go a little bit in there. And we'll run it alongside the road here. We want to do 2. We'll get that one going. We'll get its neighbor going. Make sure we're covering ourselves really well here. This little something like that. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting. Up to there, I guess we'll jump it over this way because it won't run in here, right? Okay, let's quickly try it. If we did that, could we make this work? I guess not. So let's trim that one. And what we're going to do is we're going to go there. We're going to run it over here. Could run it back over that way. But I guess something like that. How does that look? I think that's probably going to be okay. So what I'll do, because I want to test it, right? So I'm going to just cancel that last piece. We will make a start on that so the crews can start building that straight away. Oh, actually, I was assigning the wrong guys to the road. So let's just double check. Well, it's working, isn't it? Let's assign the road crews here also. That's fine. Okay, perfect. So let's close that out. So we're almost finished off with all of our changes with regards to the road network. Let's quickly see about our electrification. No electrification anywhere. Oh, no. Seems the center is done. Is anybody building this? Building that? Okay, so I guess we're not actually continuing the electrification process just yet. So let's grab the guy. Yeah, nothing is happening. So what we want to make sure is we want to make sure we're doing this, doing that. All of this, please get all of that going, and then they will continue to finish that off. So this one has been electrified. This is a problem. This is absolutely a problem. No. So here we'll obviously find ourselves in deep trouble. This is part of our issue, right? How is this going? This is reasonable. We might be holding on. Let's just have a look at what's going on over here. This is okay. This is looking okay. That's looking okay. This is looking okay. Okay. I think we are doing a reasonable job. Are we maintaining large volumes? Yeah, we are. Okay, so money-wise, we should be okay. This guy is belching out big big amounts of smoke. So let's quickly look. What is the situation with our actual pollution? Getting a little bit... actually, even close by here, it's not really problematic. There's a little bit of pollution there, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so back to our area here. I think things are pretty good. I don't think we haven't tied in everything yet. Let's quickly grab the rail. Right, I just want to... We will need to kind of tie that in. I think we're not snapping, so if we snap... we can do that. Yeah. I think that is most appropriate. And what that means is we can also do that, which is also most appropriate. So that's actually pretty good. I like that. It's giving us everything. The one thing we... Ooh, hang on. This was the issue. We had an issue over here whereby what we wanted to do was this. That turn is too sharp. Through here could potentially work, right? If we safeguard one of these areas for that maneuver. But ideally we would do this, right? So let's just see. Switch off the snapping so we get it as close as possible. Yeah, so this turn is basically too sharp. I guess this is the this area here. Yeah, this is a problem because there is a mod to make this happen quicker, but what we ideally need is to get the rail to run it. Makes me wonder if we can do a bit of a rail transfer that would actually do this. Gonna send this guy home as a bit of a cheat. Maybe we can run the waste via train. That would be pretty good if we could do that. Is there? Hang on. Let me have a look. I'm getting all sidetracked with stuff. We really can't do it, can we? Maybe we can. Maybe we can. It'll be tight. So have a look. If we have a look at rail, cargo train station, probably as small as we can get it. I mean, this should work, right? But anyway, we want something much smaller than that. The issue with this, though, okay. So what I'm guessing is if we do this, right? If we do it in here, we could go in and out this way, right? And that could actually work. It means we'll have to delete this section and go around that side, which I guess I'm okay with. Let's see what we have in terms of cargo train station. So we've got a small one, which could actually almost fit in here. Look at that. If we go a little smaller, though, ooh, that's really small. That is really small. So let's we can flip it around, go this way instead. Even do that. But that's really small, though. But maybe that's all we need, because all we need to do is get the road vehicles off of the path here. So if we were to do something like that, right? Because we're not too far off from doing the rest of this. And then what we'll do is we'll go in from here and out over that way. We just need to make sure. The problem with this, though, is we're going to have a very short little section. Let's just look at one more thing with regards to this. So if we go a little bit longer, I mean, these other ones are really long. Yeah, if we go, let's see, modded cargo. Come on. There's a cargo. We've got some of these guys. We've got some of those guys. Let's squeeze them all in there so we can have a bit of a look at them. Right. What's this? Medium cargo terminal. What is that? Small cargo terminal. I wonder. I think this is airport stuff, really. Oh, it might also be boat stuff. Boat stuff and airport stuff. But anyway, let's get back in here. So they've got some of these. If we look at this guy, yeah. Look, I think it's not impossible to think we can do something like that, but I guess we need to have something a little smaller. So this is really kind of more what I think we should be looking at, but then we'll need to just demolish this a little bit. If we do, that's the one. If we go slightly, oh, that's just on both sides, which is not necessarily what I'm after. If we go with 2 tracks, I think that's also quite reasonable. And if we make this work over here, though I think we may have to push it back as much as we can to be able to get a crossover going. But I think that either way, that's something that we'll need to do. So considering that, I think this is still under construction. Considering that, I'm going to start construction of a bypass road over here. So we'll start a little bit of this. I wouldn't mind giving ourselves a little bit more room. Let's do that. We'll give ourselves a little bit more room over here. I think that's going to be, yeah, it's okay. I don't mind what we're doing there too much. We'll give ourselves a little bit of room there, so we've got some extra transfers that we can potentially do. These guys can go around. It means that this will not be the most, that will be the most direct route, which is going to be fine. Let's get that sorted. We will assign our road builders to this as well, so we can get that moving. How's this looking? Yeah, this is painful. This is a really painful to watch. But at least we're coping with it at the moment. So it's not the end of the world yet. I think we're coping. So that's okay. Let's leave it there. We have a plan to improve the situation. So let's get that out of the way. Now, the final piece of this puzzle, we wanted to have a look at this. So I was busy with this guy. Now, let's cancel this. We're going to go back. We're going to try and do it again. Let's quickly, if we grab the leveling of terrain, like level terrain from the center. Right, so let's push this guy out a little bit this way. Right? So that if anything, we're at least having all of this stuff kind of on the same approximate level, right? Something like that, right? Is a little bit better. So now if we're grabbing the whole thing again, right? It's cargo, it's open cargo, it's the big boy open cargo. Can't remember where I had the road. But the idea was, the plan was to have it nice and, okay. If we were to say do something like that, I just want to test it. That's obviously a bit of a mess up that we have there. Can we potentially make this work? Well, that is too long. Yeah, I guess that was the issue, right? It's going to be too long. So let's quickly trim this back out here, and we'll just fix this section. Because of course, we need to make sure that that's looking okay. Now back to this. Let's try that again. Cargo stuff. So we really need to get it a little closer. But we still need to, of course, get these guys in and out. Okay, so maybe if we do this. This is going to be really painful, I think, to get this to work. So this should now work. Let's do the F4 so we snap it too quickly. Okay, that's okay. And I guess we do that. So really the question here is how quickly can we find something to work? If we switch the snapping, there we go. Snap it again and then snapping off. That could work. And that means potentially we'll just ignore the last one. If we really need, I don't think we're going to need 4 of them anyway. So what we'll do is we'll just ignore the last one, get that to go out that way. This guy can obviously leave the facility on this side. Actually get the snapping going. Actually, we don't need it. We don't need it to be kind of super duper. We just need to make sure that our train that's doing this is not super long. But I guess that's the setup here, right? So now that could work. That is a reasonable setup. What we will do is we will clear this piece out because it's no longer necessary and we don't want trains to get stuck in there. There should be enough room for signals over here. So that's all good. So the final thing I think was required here would have been our substation. That's okay. Oh, hang on. Let's go back. Before we get to our bitumen production, let's just quickly have a look. These should be built, right? All good. They are built. I want to test it now. So what I'm going to do is we are going to demolish this guy, and then we're going to add in a new one over here. But I get, oh, hang on, that's not the right one. We want to add this one in. And I guess we need to clear that out first, like lickety split. So let's stop priority it. Guys should be on the way. That means, oh, and this is fine. Oh, this is fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Those guys are importing. So at the moment, we're absolutely good. I can't believe I was stressed out about that. All good. So that's good. Now, let's go back to bitumen ever so quickly. Let's just see. Before we do that, I keep postponing some stuff. So there's one little section that's still not built, and it will be built any time now. That's good. Let's quickly check in on our roads here. This is still doing its thing. These are also underway. It's fine. At some point, we'll do some demolition of this road here to get the train in there. And let's do the bitumen. So if we go back to construction, the asphalt plant. The asphalt plant needs what? It needs gravel and it needs bitumen. So bitumen we'll need to bring in. So the real thing we're looking to have is connectivity with this guy. So that's okay. I'm quite comfortable to do that. So we'll grab all of our gravel out of here. So that's okay. If that means we can get this guy to walk up here, that's going to be just awesome. That's going to be pretty good. We do, however, need to bear in mind that we need trucks to come and pick this up. At the moment, we've got some roads in here to our prefab panel factory, and this is where we've got concrete. So concrete will be picked up over there. So what I guess we'll do is we'll actually have some road connections over this way. So probably we want the road connection to the other side, so it's to not... Oh, yeah, because all of these guys are going to be accessed from road connections over here. So let's do that. We do need to get some road connections in there. So let's get our asphalt plant going. If I have a quick look at modded asphalt, I don't think I've got modded asphalt stuff. Just want to... Oh, I do actually have modded asphalt. What is this? An asphalt plant. And I guess... So this is taking 60 tons of gravel, 10 tons of bitumen to give 70 tons of asphalt. Let's do that. We'll get that one there. Asphalt road, dead end, asphalt heli, asphalt plant. I don't necessarily want all of these stuff because they're all kind of the same. I just want to have a look at the other one. So So there's one nice one there. So 5 workers. Ooh, yeah, yes. This is a small one then. Okay, well, fine. So we're just going to go with the big one. And in reality, can we flip it around? Yeah. This is exactly what we want. I'm going to drop it in here because, unfortunately, we are going to need to get people to actually walk up to this thing. So I guess something like that will be probably best for us. So if we do that, right, so if I did this, right, I just want to see, can I get a road underneath that? I think I will. Let's quickly double check that. Yes, okay. So I guess, let's clear that out. Need to have a little bit of a look at our roads. So if we do straight line there, try and, oh, hang on. I'm going straight through there instead. So let's do that. Let's just find this kind of angle here. I like it. That's what we want. That's what we want. Oh, this is yeah. Okay. We definitely want straight connections over there. We'll tie in a connection like this. This is gonna be tight. This is gonna be way too tight. That's a bit of a problem. I'm wondering if we can move it. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I think that's okay. Man, if we do that, that should be fine. And I guess what we'll be doing is we'll be running road connections in a number of different areas here. So what we'll definitely be doing is we'll be doing that. Now, the issue here is, are we actually going to have... Oh, no. Walking distances from here. I think that's going to be fine. We'll tie... Bring this guy up a little bit. Do something like that. That should do. We do want to probably have some fuel in this area as well. So let's continue to say, well, we'll run a little bit of something like that. Okay, so if we now going back this way, guess what I'm going to try and do is that. Yes, that's beautiful. So that means we will tie in here. This guy will tie in like so. That's fine. We don't need super duper access there. This guy, yeah, these should all have, we just need some walkway access. This is a road already. Oh, these are roads. That's accessing that way. Okay, so what I want to do is clean this out, get that to connect over here. We'll see about these needs to all connect. Okay, that's not bad. I'm going to, sorry, just clear this. Let's do that so we kind of maintain that clearance. I'm going to want to do this one. Something like that, right? Seems pretty reasonable to me to have all of this road connectivity. And what we'll do is we'll continue to run some road access over here. We will... If I do this, right? Yeah. So not quite up there. But all of these guys need some road access too. We do this. I'm gonna run it though. You need to just be a little cautious with this stuff. So okay, now let's get this guy. Are we? Yeah, we're able to do that. Tie that one in there. I think that's okay. And then this guy we can straight down here. Now the big question for this guy is whether we're going to need some additional. Will we be able to get workers to actually walk all the way here? And I guess the answer to that, would depend a little bit. But I think what the idea is here, we'll do something like that. We'll do this, so we've got a little bit of an area there for that to work in. And ultimately, we're going to need to tie all of this together and run it around here and tie it in over there. So I guess what we'll do is we'll do something like that. And ooh, look at that. That's not ideal. No. I think that's not ideal. That is certainly not ideal. Just have a look at this level. Yeah, so this level is not cool. So I guess try and get a little bit more level terrain from center. Hang on, what am I saying? Level terrain from center, yeah. We'll average it out. What I'm trying to do is find a spot where we can actually just maybe cross this a little bit. Actually, maybe the idea is actually we'll do it from this side. So we'll raise it up to the rail level, and then we'll smooth it out a bit. Yeah, I think that's probably more appropriate. So something like that, I think, is probably a bit more reasonable. So that with that at approximately the same level, we could kind of cross over something like that maybe. And we could tie it in so it's nice and a bit more smooth over there. And I guess what we're going to do is we're going to run it up here somewhere. And so we'll tie in like that, tie in like this, and tie in like that. So there's still room to build some stuff here, but obviously we'll want to make sure that we run a road in that general direction. And similarly, we can have a look at running a road in this way. So let's switch off this for the time being so we can quickly look at the road connectivity. So really the road is running over here and we need it to run on that side. So I guess this is, let's redo our road connections here. Okay, so let's quickly clear out these things. Oh, hang on, there's still some roads here. What about, didn't see those two. Get rid of those two. Oh, they're gone. The little connections are gone. So now, okay. If we were to do, hang on, I want to try something. If we do, instead of doing that, we do this, right? This is way more what I have in mind, actually. This is better for these things. Okay, so actually, give me a road connection. Start it like that, I think. That's going to be fine. Give me this. That is perfect. Give me that. I mean, I like that, guys. This is perfect. This is much better. I mean, for the continuity one, this is fine, but this one is is slightly better. So I like that. I like that. The issue with this is I'm not sure how we build that, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So the idea here is now we're going to just switch this back on again so we keep an eye. So do we cut straight across there? I guess so. So we can tie in here. And then what we'll do, but that feels like using too much room. So if we instead say, let's take it along the rail. Along the rail like that. That gives us a reasonable amount of room here. Okay. And then the question mark here is, can we trim that one out? Can we tie into this a little bit better? I guess we can tie in like that and then ultimately just tie in like this, right? There we go. So that's our road network. We probably can make a start on that. And what we'll do is we'll tie in this guy over here and tie in a little bit of that like so. So this is a lot of road building. Okay. It'll take us ages to get that done. I believe we'll be okay with all of this stuff. What we don't have necessarily tied in is we still need to tie in this guy. We still need to tie in that guy. But this is okay. I don't mind this. This is all good. It's just obviously going to take us a while to get all of this built. And these guys will be building like crazy to get all of this done. We could also tie in over here. So let's quickly do that. I'm going to trim this guy back this way. And what we'll do is we will trim that guy there. And we will also still continue to make this connection over here so that this could become it'll effectively become a bit of a shortcut through here. So actually, the question then becomes, do we... I think that's a little bit more appropriate potentially than this one. Because that's going to go straight there. Yeah, I don't think we need necessarily this connection here. So let's clear out that. We will clear out this. And what we'll do is don't do that. What we'll do is we'll just trim these two back a little bit. Do we need that? It's too many roads. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Though, what I think we'll need to do is we'll need a little something that does that. There we go. That's awesome. Excuse me. The one issue, though, is this guy is probably a little bit too far to have. Anyway, we will have to figure that out in the future. At the moment, we're not even close to being able to make this work. So I guess this is where we're going to end the building of this. Let's move there. Okay, so let's get all of this construction to start. So we can assign road building over here. We can assign some road building over there and over there. I do wonder how we actually make that work. But anyway, get that done. Our rail here is all sorted, so we can start moving on the next piece of rail. That is something that I'm quite excited to do. It's almost at the end of this episode. We should have cleared out whatever we need over here. So let's quickly put back this one. Yeah, I think that's going to be most natural. So get me... hang on. Just pause it for a second. If we do this... No. Let's do that. Let's cancel this one. We'll run it off from the other side so that we could potentially still use this switch and do some stuff with it. So let's instead run it from over here. I think that's going to be completely fine. We will want to assign some construction crews to this and get it done ASAP. So I'm hoping to get that done within a few minutes. So we can test test if we do the imports. Okay, if we do the exports, whether we can still power this, and then ultimately we will switch over to the other piece there. Okay, that's good. We should still have tourists. Look at that money, almost 3 million rubles. So that's good. We're almost done with that. Let's quickly keep an eye on what's going on over here. These guys are keeping okay. And is this... Yeah, this is much better. Much better. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we're winning. We are winning. So the question... So we could potentially do the others there as well instead. Okay, so if we were to say... Novigrad Large Customs. Instead, let's clear this out and go with this one, because this is much, much closer, right? And similarly over here, we don't have any water pickup here, right? So we'll do that. We'll clear this out and we'll make it go over here, right? So now there are much shorter distances that they're traveling. And similarly, we could even pick up some of these guys over here. Which do we have? No, we don't. So I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not going to necessarily get into that just yet. What I would like to do is get moving on our... Oh, that's been built. Okay, so now we could please clear this out for me. Still go around. I think... Will this be a sign? Yes, this is a sign. So these guys will clear that out so they can still go around or... join that. So that's okay. I don't mind us disconnecting there. This connection is done. So that's quite useful. They're coming in pretty quickly through that section. Okay, excellent. So let's get the rail. Let's finish off this area so that we can transition to electric rail for this area. Okay, so get the rail guy. Which should, at this point in time, not be doing anything. Yes. Okay. So let's build this. I guess this should be reasonable. Let's build that. This is not actually going through. We don't necessarily need the rest of this, but I guess we need to start looking at finishing off the job there. So I guess let's do that one as well. And I think it's about time to buy another track builder as well, so that we can double up on these activities a little bit. So I think buy me another fancy track builder. Do we have anything better than this guy? Let's speed at 70. Apart from the tunnel man. Yeah, so let's get another one of these going. Would love to see us get even more action on the track builders. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's quickly have a look. It's gone the 1st of September, so let's have a look. If we pause it for a second, last month, I just want to have a look at our exports. Look at those exports, guys. Wow, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. 50,000 on the power, which is good, and we're going to up that even more now once we switch over. We've got mechanical components at 70,000. We've got clothing at 220,000. Our mixed waste, look at how much mixed waste is going out, but it costs almost nothing. So to make a big business of processing that, I don't know if that's even remotely worth it. We just need an effective way of moving this stuff out. But anyway, that's okay. Let's do that. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so then bitumen is still being exported. Alcohol is still being exported. We're still exporting fuel, for heaven's sake. That is interesting. That's really interesting. We've got lots of road building underway here. This is good. It's really good. Are we building roads here? We can. We may as well start building roads on this area also. Excellent. Excellent. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's going to almost start snowing, but anyway, our track builder, let's just see, is our track builder able to... Okay, that should work. Now you'll go... Are you going to continue here? Probably not. That's going home. Get out of the way, so that's good. We'll get the rail guys to go. Oh, the next track builder is on its way. Starting to come and do stuff. Get this guy out of the way first. Then the track builder will come in and start to build track over here. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of an issue. I might put a little signal in a couple of locations. Do we have signals on here? I'm going to have to do a little bit of something with the signals. Oh, there's a signal over there. Oh, this guy was doing almost nothing. We can make a start on this construction. So let's continue construction here. We'll get all of our construction crews in here to start building this guy up. That's going to be good. Then we can start picking up this. Okay, that's... Oh, everything is starting to move. We should probably also start building some of this. Okay, let's quickly have a look. Where do we have road access on this side? Ah, it's over there. We don't really need road access to these guys, so let's do... I mean, apart from during construction, we don't really need that. So let's do... Just do this. Get a bit of road construction going on here, so we can start building this as well. Ultimately, we need to start laying tracks over here, get it all electrified. And good. Electrification has gone straight through here, right? We haven't got this electrified, but all of this has been electrified. Well, that's good. Should have another track builder on the way here soon so we can continue the track building here. I think ultimately we just want to make sure... Okay, so let's electrify at least this section as well. So let's get some... Well, as soon as we do it, it won't be working anymore. The way it's looking at the moment, right, we could run it in and out there until we get the rest of this built, because this guy is not going to be built anytime soon. So we'll just have to run it in and out like that. So we could do that and start the electrification journey on this side. I just thought it might be useful to electrify this first so that we don't... Okay, so let's do that. Let's get the electrification going on there. Just want to see what's going on with track building though. This should be under construction, right? And that is done. Okay, so really it's this section here, and then we should just be electrifying further than that, right? This guy's still got some iron ore in there. Okay, I need to end the episode, so let's quickly have a look. Have we finished off our... So, we have. So if I do switch it to export instead. Have we lost power? Yes, we have. Okay. Switch it back to import. Okay, so that does not work. Switch it back to import so we get this powered up. Actually, it's quite a good little effect there. Export. Import. Export. Import. I love it. Okay, so what we can do is we should tie these things in. And I guess this one is easy. We'll tie it in over here. So let's get that one moving. This one we'll do there. That's fine. We'll quickly do those two sections. So let's get these guys assigned here and here. Okay, so let's get that done pretty quickly, and then we'll switch on. We'll have the power in, and then we can switch to exports. And that will help us. So I'll wait for that quickly. Another minute or so, we'll should have that ready to go. Have we got anything building here? Yes, we do. So the track builder is on its way back. It's done its thing here, has it? What are we missing? This is under construction. So what are you missing over here? Laying railway. Okay, so it's basically just missed out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to electrify this. Where is our... I'm wondering a little bit about some of these guys. So what we will need is we'll need these guys. Well, these guys will be able... I'm not going to change out the trains now. But yes, so what we need to do is we need to electrify there. Let's just see what's the situation with this guy. How far are you from getting out of here? Not very close. Where's the next guy? Get the next guy in, and then we'll do it. Once he's there, I think we'll be okay. So I'll electrify as soon as he's there. So we're getting you in. Electrify. Electrify. Okay, so with the electrification underway, I may as well electrify all the way through there. Okay, that's all good. I think everything here is electrified, actually, apart from the stuff that's not built yet. Okay, so with that underway, let's quickly grab this guy and get it set up to do work on electrification also. And we'll fairly quickly see if this guy can get out, but doesn't really matter. So is this still under construction? Or no, we've lost the construction. So we're going to have electrification issues here. So actually the track builder, sorry, I'm spinning around. We've got two pieces in there. So the next piece that I also want to have a look at is that piece for electrification's purposes. And then we'll flip it over so that the guys go to the other border post. That should help us out quite a bit. How's this going? Ooh, we've got hazardous waste over here. That's okay. I don't think it's a problem because these guys will move hazardous waste also. They move everything, right? They'll move everything. So they will move the hazardous waste also. I don't mind. Yeah, this guy is stuck at the moment. That's fine. I'm not too fussed by it. I'm hoping the track builders will come on over and sort it out. Let's quickly pop in over here. Did we finish off this construction? We did, so we should have power regardless. It's going to go dark anyway. So let's go to export. And it is still working. I like it. So now we're also exporting 10 megawatts over here. So that means significant additional exports. And if we come in over here, this guy should be working. This guy should be working big time. This guy should be working big time, but we are keeping pace. So that means we are now working properly here. We're selling almost all of, we're using and selling almost all of our electricity, which means that in reality, we should be making big bucks when it gets to that, when it gets to those kind of items. Guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Things are going really well for us at the moment. Hopefully our switch over is resulting in slightly less traffic over here. I'm super worried about our ability to maintain food and supplies and the likes. Exports is not the end of the world if that's getting stuck a little bit. But I just want to make sure we are maintaining... See, we don't have anything here. So I'm a little worried about our ability to get the meat. All right, so if I go with overlays... resources and meat at 3,000. We're okay. We're okay with meat, but I guess we're going to run out at some point. So we just need to bear in mind that this is giving us a little bit of a struggle here. This is going to give us a little bit of a struggle. So let's quickly have a look. Has this guy finished off some electrification stuff? I guess they want to finish the entire thing before we get to... Let's move these guys back. Sorry. Move it back and move that guy back so that we move this a little bit quicker because we're a little behind. So we're just kind of flipping it out. Oh, that's the same kind of stuff. And our road should be under construction, right? Yeah, look at this. Good road building underway. That's good. I like that. That's a better roundabout. I like that design. Slowly getting all of this stuff built. Yeah, I should probably have a quick look at just reducing the number of these kind of splits in here. That's okay. Yeah, just trying to reduce these splits a little bit because we've got many of them. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. We'll slowly build these roads and then start the construction over here. I'm pretty happy with how tight this has turned out. We do need probably a little bit of rail to bring in fuel and bitumen into this area where we can have a bit of a fuel depot or something going on here. But yeah, generally speaking, pretty good. We'll have to see if we're going to do, potentially tie this guy back in here, depending on if we're going to loop rail. Yeah, we don't necessarily need to, but we could loop this guy around again this way to get back. Yeah, we probably need to do that. Go this way, it can go that way, and then once it's here, it can go up there. But it can't ever go back in that direction. So in reality, what we might do is just loop it back this way. Not that that's going to get us into this area at all, unless we go over that way. So I don't know what the value necessarily is, but I think we have the ability to do a bit of an intersection here. I think let's put it in there before we forget about that we said we're going to do it. So let's do something like this. Yeah, I think that is reasonable. We'll do something like that. That means we have the loop that goes back into all of these general directions, ties in with everything we've got. What we don't have is the ability to go over this bridge, though. I don't think that's something that we intend to try and achieve. That's just not right. We could put it in later if we need to. We could definitely put it in later if we need to, I think. But it is pretty tight. We could put it in later if we need to. Well, alternatively, you do it around that way. Yeah, anyway, I'll put it in there, okay, for now. So we've got that option. But we'll have to have a look ultimately what this looks like. Anyway, lots and lots of construction going on. We've got our power sorted out, so now we're exporting tremendous amounts. So if I go back over here quickly and have a look, this number should be wrapping up quite nicely now. We're really exporting power at a higher rate, helping out our neighbors over here at Novigrad with some power supplies. But anyway, guys, as the sun sets on Cornoe, it's the end of another day, the end of another episode, and I will see you in the next one, where we'll continue with some construction over there. We'll see about maybe adding some stuff in over here, but generally we'll expand Atomic a little bit. And waste. Waste is the next big ticket item. Do we need to start looking at dealing with waste a little bit? Maybe that is exactly what we need to do. We've got this guy. I'm going to go and clear it out quickly. Once this guy is clear of it, I'll clear that out. So we're ready to get our rail pieces in here. Let's quickly check up on progress. Stuck, still stuck, still stuck. Still stuck. What's under construction at the moment? To there has been done. Up to here has been done. Through there has been done. Okay, so what I guess we're not. Let's quickly assign some construction. I guess it's not assigned. Yeah, it's exactly right. It's not assigned. So, just ever so briefly, assign the construction, please. And this one's done. So let's assign that construction. So lots of bits of key pieces of construction that actually needs to happen still on the rail. This is built and beautiful. Built and beautiful. Okay, we're going to run out of steel. Though we will have a little bit over here. We need to kind of now swap over some things in terms of picking up steel over here instead. So let's just add that one quickly as a pickup point before I forget about it. And that's fine. At least we'll... Atomic Industrial Open Storage Medium? Oh, it's already been... Huh? That's weird. Anyway, I'll check it out in the next episode. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.